Hi, I'm Edison.
Hi, I'm Topher.
Hey, I'm DC.
Welcome to Femmes React. We are joined by Topher again for the next Prince. It's episode 13. Last week was certainly a major week. We had a lot of plot points resolved, a lot of things came to light, and we found out Wasin the blueprints was secretly behind everything. There's a rebellion with Wiran, and they wanted to get revenge for the sister/wife and make the king suffer, make him scared, make his lineage get put in danger. There's a few plot points we still have to resolve. Is Shakri alive?
Do we have to?
Yes.
What happened?
Yes to one of those.
Yes.
What happened?
Yes, we have to find out if Shakri is alive. Not find out. We know he's alive. We just need to have.
What happened to Joe, and then what happened to Shadawn's mom?
He's still in the shadow realm. Joe's still in the shadow.
Not the shadow realm. We have to find out what happened to Kanin's mom, because we don't know if that was an on-purpose assassination attempt or if it was an accident. So hopefully that will come to light. I feel like that's the only mysteries left. And then, what happens to the crown, and if justice will come to the king.
I pretty much agree. Like, those are the main things that we have left to kind of explore, that and what the hell Calvin's here for. I'm still curious, and again, this isn't me just being a bitch. This is me genuinely curious why he is here, why the character is here, what he does, what is he going to do. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, last episode was highly entertaining. I would love it if the king ceased existing on this mortal plane. If the king also went to the shadow realm.
I trade off for him for Joe.
Exactly. Like, I'll swap Spear. That's fine. But like, he did get shot. He did get shot in the stomach, and he is elderly, and he allegedly is also afflicted with the lung cancer. So there are a lot of things against him staying alive at this point. And I, as a viewer who has been led on this journey of not liking the king, would like to see him no longer on my screen. I don't think, if that does happen, I don't think it's happened until the last episode. We got to keep our villain till the finale. Y'all, that's reality TV 101. You can't eliminate your villain too damn early. So,
all right, Peach.
Gone too soon. I'm intrigued to see how they follow up, because obviously we got to finish out the Hunger Games, or we got to finish out the competition. Like I said last week, I don't know if they're going to invalidate the results of that second round of archery, since it was interrupted by assassination attempts and whatnot. Ava is hurt now, so she's no longer really going to be able to compete in the physical activities, which is probably why they hurt her, to just get her out of the competition. So now it's between Kanin and Ramil.
We could just wait a month.
We could, but are we going to? I'm ready to see how they land this plane. Last episode was really great trajectory, and I'm hoping that we follow through on that trajectory and we land this plane in a satisfying manner.
Yeah, I wonder if Shakri dying or living changes how you view. Would it be better if there was a death for you, or would it be? I
mean, yes, not his.
Yes, okay.
A death would be great. Again, I have a list of characters. There's a hierarchy of characters you can take that I will allow you to take, and this series can still get away with a passing grade. But Shakri is not on that list. So I don't think they are going to take Shakri, but if they choose to take Shakri, I will have words. And that is as politely as I will put it.
Yeah, I think I enjoy shock deaths or deaths of main characters, but also it does give the notion that Shakri and people of Shakri's representation are a bit expendable to the narrative. So I'm on the fence about the cheap emotional impact we're doing here by killing
You want a shock death? Kill Calvin. This is not me wishing death upon Calvin, but character's done absolutely nothing. It all it would be is, oh no, now we don't have a complete ship.
You know what? Don't get me into this, because you know what? Jay is better than Calvin anyway. And so if Calvin died and Jay won't be in my ship, And I love a good side ship. This is one of the side ships. And we're watching another thing where there's a side ship, and if that other person would just be alone, I'd be okay.
It's fine. It's fine with me.
Jay, if he ends up being alone, no Calvin.
That's fine. So yeah, if you're looking for shock deaths, leave Shakri alone. Again, there's a hierarchy. There's a list of people that we can kill off if you want to like shock the audience. Leave Shakri alone.
I reckon Saturnight, Kanin's adoptive dad.
Yeah, kill him.
Would be an interesting dad.
Again, it's not me asking for these people to die.
But if we had to choose,
saying I want you to kill. I'm just saying, if there are people that you have to kill, Shakri is not the one that is on the okay list as far as Topher is concerned.
Even if they're going along with this whole like next person who'd be the like ruler of Emily and things like that, how everything is going to change, because we see that, okay, you know what, the people themselves know that there's an issue and stuff like that, and it's even affected the royalty, and he went off and tried to kill the king. Should have just killed the king, but and so we still have all of that, and so I wonder if they are going to actually change it, and then also what does that say about royalty, and if it's going to be a constitutional monarchy or something like that. I hope they don't like just like, oh, we had this horrible thing, let's continue the contest the next day or that afternoon, or like, can we get like a little space or time between this? So it'll be just really funny if they just like, the next day we're going to continue on with this. No one's shocked about what happened? Does like an overthrow of the king happen like every fortnight or what? What is up with this? So they're like, it's nothing new. I know that at this point we're at the descent, right before we come in for a landing for a plane. At this point, I'm just here to have fun. The last episode, like I said, it was for me the best episode of this series. It was just the best episode of the series, and it used space and time well. I'm not expecting lightning to strike twice, and so it may be spread over the next 2 episodes or anything like that.
Let's get to the penultimate episode.
พระองค์จะให้หม่อมฉันกับคณินจากไปทั้งแบบนี้โดยไม่ได้พบหน้าเจ้าชายทารินเลยหรือเพคะ
Oh, flashback?
ขอหม่อมฉันรออีกสัก 2-3 วัน
ไม่ได้สถานการณ์ตอนนี้มันวุ่นวายมากเกินไปทารินเองก็เห็นด้วยกับเราและฝากให้ขอโทษเจ้าและคณินด้วยที่มาส่งไม่ได้
This is Kanin's mom, right?
คณินหายตกใจได้อย่างเดียวเมื่อวาน
No?
Yes. Maybe.
What?
คณินไม่เป็นไรเพคะ
แล้วเจ้าล่ะ
But isn't that his daughter though?
ขนาด
So he killed his daughter?
รักษาอยู่ตลอด
No.
มันยังกล้าบุก
What?
Is she his daughter or is the other guy his son?
แล้วจริง
I think the other guy is his son. She's from the
เข้าใจเพ
the Green
คะ
Clan.
แต่ว่า
จงรีบไป
That's right.
และรักษาตัวเองไว้ให้ดีพอทุกอย่างสงบเรียบร้อยแล้วเราจะไปรับเจ้ากับคณินกลับมา
เพคะหม่อมฉันทูลลา
ชิตาอยู่ก่อน
Oh, this is Sharon's mom, right?
Maybe.
เราเชื่อในฝีมือเจ้า
Episode 13, the mother
และ
episode.
เจ้าชายคณินเราจะส่งทหารฝีมือดีไปช่วยดูแลด้วยส่วนชรันนั้นจะอยู่ในความดูแลของเราจนกว่าเจ้าจะกลับจากอังกฤษ
หม่อมฉันเกรงว่าอาจไม่เหมาะสมเพคะ
ตระกูลพิทักษ์เทวาจงรับภักดีมาตลอด เราจะให้ชลันเป็นหลานบุญธรรมของเรา
I like her
ไม่มีอะไร
outfit.
ไม่เหมาะสมมั้ง ตามนี้
ขอบพระทัยเพคะ
เ
Oh, okay.
This is different sound of music. No,
It is. They changed. I was hoping they switch it up. I was getting a bit bored of the original song.
Alright, okay. This
It's
is more
gonna be very
hardcore.
Sherlock Holmes investigation vibes.
Yeah.
So we're finding out what happened in the past. Why is he so insistent on adopting Sharon though? Like, I thought,
Because he knows he's sending her off to her death.
she's just going to the UK.
She's going and not coming back from the UK either.
That's where Shakri is.
In the UK?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
They're enjoying his bangers and mash.
But I didn't catch all the context, so it sounds like there's a bit of danger happening as well. Like, the
Yeah,
prince.
it seemed like he's sending her and Kanine away to be safe
Yeah.
from whatever.
Yeah.
But the king being the king, he full well knows that she's gonna die. And knows that Sharon's mom's gonna die.
Wait, are they going to the UK with Sharon's mom?
Yes, if I was reading that correctly, because she's like the Sharon to the princess.
And that's why he's like,
supposed to protect-
yeah, I'll take care of Sharon. Don't worry about it. Okay.
And she's like, I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather he just didn't be adopted. And he's like, no, it's been decided. Now you go. Just like, oh, okay. I guess.
And then Wasin was like, hey, he killed your mom to Sharon before he died.
และสำหรับ
Breaking
ข่าวที่ไม่พูดถึงไม่ได้เลยในขณะนี้นะคะนั่นก็คือเหตุการณ์ในการแข่งขันราชประเพณีรอบยิงธนูที่เมืองมีนานครินทร์ค่ะอย่างที่ท่านผู้ชมเห็นเลยนะคะว่าในระหว่างการแข่งขันยิงธนูได้เกิดเหตุระเบิดขึ้นค่ะแล้วก็ยังมีการรายงานด้วยนะคะว่ามีบุคคลภายนอก
We don't need to see the
ลักลอบ
bodies.
เข้าสู่เขตการแข่งขันเพื่อสังหารท่านหญิงท่านชายค่ะ
คณินอาจจะเป็นอะไรหรือเปล่าลูก
เล็กน้อยพะยะค่ะ แต่จัดการเรียบร้อยแล้ว ลูกไม่เป็นไรจริงๆพะยะค่ะ แล้วอาการของเสด็จปู่เป็นยังไงบ้างพะยะค่ะ
คณะแพทย์ได้ผ่าหัวกระสุนออกแล้วนะ เพียงแต่ว่า
ขออภัยพะยะค่ะ
Hello.
Is this a surgeon boyfriend for Shakri?
พ้นขีดอันตรายแล้วพะยะค่ะ
Oh, please look at me.
Oh, he could be a doctor. Alan, he could be a doctor.
Yes.
They put all the hot surgeons for the kindness. No, not for Shakri. We got enough surgeons to go around.
พี่รัน ขอบคุณที่คอยปกป้องนินและอาสวะเทวาทินมาตลอดนะครับ
มึงปกป้องมันทำไม มึงไม่รู้เลยว่าคนที่ทำให้แม่มึงตายก็คือมัน
ที่เจ้าชายวสินทร์พูด บอกนินได้ไหม ว่ามันหมายถึง เสด็จปู่ทำให้แม่พี่รัน
นินฟังพี่นะ พี่รู้เรื่องนี้อยู่แล้วครับ เรื่องในอดีตมันไม่ได้เกี่ยวอะไรกับนินเลย
Truth.
พี่ไม่แน่ใจว่านินควรรู้เรื่องนี้ไหม
ทำไมล่ะครับ
พี่ไม่อยากให้นินคิดมาก
แต่นินก็รู้แล้วจากเจ้าชายวสินทร์ให้นินรู้ทั้งหมดเถอะครับ เริ่มจากเรื่องคนที่ทำให้แม่พี่จากไปคือเสด็จปู่เหรอ
Yes.
ที่จริง พี่ก็เคยคิดแบบนั้น แต่มันไม่ใช่
Plot twist.
The old wet road.
ชิตา เราขอโทษ
ท่านหญิงขอโทษหม่อมฉันทำไมไปครับ
ชิตาต้องเสียสละชีวิตครอบครัวเพื่อมาดูแลเรา
เป็นเกียรติของหม่อมฉันต่างหากเพคะ
แต่ชรายังเด็กมาก
เมื่อวันหนึ่งที่เขาโตขึ้น เขาจะเข้าใจหม่อมฉันเองเพคะ
Are they being followed? Oh damn!
Yes.
We should have more guards. Oh shit!
หม่อมฉันขออ
They've
ภัย
got terrible aim.
ทั้งที่เดินทางกระทันหันขนาดนี้ยังตามมาได้ในวางต้องมีหนอนเปิดไฟ
Yeah. I guess we run tried to kill them.
อย่างที่นินรู้อยู่แล้วว่าเป็นฝีมือของเจ้าชายวสินทร์ที่ต้องการรอบปลงพระชนเจ้าหญิงคุณิตาและตัวนี้
Why didn't they finish the job? Like, how did Kenin survive?
คนที่เห็นเหตุการณ์ในคืนนั้นก็คือคุณทัตนัย
Oh, he was too late.
เจ้าหญิงจิตาจิตาจิตาเอาไปเร็วไปเจ้าหญิง
I don't know.
So they caused a car
Still don't buy that it
accident.
was.
We ain't got no airbags despite all this mining money.
ตอนที่คุณทัตนัยมาที่บ้านพี่คงแอบตามขึ้นรถคุณทัตนัยไป
You probably sneaked into the car?
Is this why you got range trauma? Oh. He made us stop at your house first.
คงเป็นเพราะวันนั้น
จะเข้าไปนะครับ
Valid.
เลยทำให้พี่ไม่ชอบฝน
ถ้างั้น ที่เจ้าชายวสินพูดมันก็ไม่ผิดนะสิครับเพราะอาสวะเทวนาที
ไม่ใช่ครับหน้าที่ที่พิทักษ์เทวามีต่ออาสวะเทวทินคือปกป้องดูแลรักษาและซื่อสัตย์ต่ออาสวะเทวทิน
That's cool Genie I set you free
สั่งใคร
Genie
แต่เป็นเพราะคำสัญญาครับ
ว่าพี่ไม่โกรธนินเหรอ
I still don't buy it
แม่พี่ต้องจากไปแต่นินอยากเป็นคนที่รอด
พี่ดูเป็นคนไม่มีเหตุผลขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอ
ก็ถ้าเป็นนินไม่รู้เลยว่า
พี่ไม่โกรธนินพี่ไม่โกรธใครเลยครับทุกอย่างเป็นเรื่องที่ไม่มีใครอยากให้เกิดขึ้น
except for sin
เจ้าชายวสินเองก็สิ้นพระชนม์แล้ว
Yeah, I'm like,
แต่
you know,
something about Watson causing that just doesn't sit right with me, but maybe.
Right? Okay, I'm not the only one. Good.
แม่พี่
But it's also easy to blame it on a dead guy.
จะเป็นต้นเหตุได้ยังไงครับ
You reckon Sharon's lying or his memory got altered?
I'm feeling like Sharon's been given false information as to who the assassination attempt was by.
Right.
พี่นินกลับมาที่มรีกับพี่
But maybe it was accurate. Could be.
และถ้าพี่ไม่เจอนินพี่คงไม่รู้สึกแบบนี้
รู้สึกแบบนี้
Better be good.
รู้สึกว่า ถ้าเราใช้หัวใจดูแลสิ่งไหนเราจะรักและห่วงแหนสิ่งนั้นเท่าชีวิต
Lovely.
Yeah, but what about Shakri? Are they not by Shakri's side because they know he's okay?
He's fine.
Because he's recovering.
Right.
He just got out of surgery. He needs to rest. See?
Oh, Topher, you were right. Good for
I
you.
know.
And now he's going to go upstate to a farm.
Shut your beautiful mouth, DC.
He's leaving. He's done with this. Y'all together. He's going to retire.
I love the double fake out death though. Like if he survives and then dies, that would be
he's
not
going to die. He'd
be like, I took one bullet, I'll take another one.
ชาครีชาครีเดี๋ยวนอนลงไปเลยไม่ได้นะพี่ค่ะไม่ได้อะไรเดี๋ยวคนเพิ่งฟื้นจะลุกขึ้นมาทำไมชาครีเรามาเยี่ยมหายเร็วๆนะบาทบอกปุ๊บกระหม่อมก็หายปั๊บเลยพี่ค่ะ
Oh, you lying son of a bitch.
บาทปลอดภัยดีใช่ไหมพี่ค่ะยังจะห่วงคนอื่นอีก
I like whatever's happening with this
ปลอด
vest.
ภัยดี
Shakri, what's up to Bullet? What?
Oh my goodness.
เป็นไงบ้างชาครี
Yeah, Shakri saluting. He's in pain. Shakri's like,
That's 6 stitches along the way.
เขาจะมาบอกว่าอาการของเจ้าหมาชีวิตเนี่ยดีขึ้นแล้วพระองค์จะต้องเสด็จกลับไปรักษาตัวต่อที่กรุงดาวินตามคำแนะนำของคณะแพทย์
That's the worst news I could have
ดาวิน
gotten.
กันแล้ว
พะยะค่ะ
What's his music?
ท่านผู้ชมคะยังจำคลิปของเจ้าชายคาวินจากประเทศบูจากันได้ไหมคะที่พระองค์มาร่วมเดินขบวนประท้วงที่อัศวเทวาทินในเอมิลีของเราค่ะคลิปนั้นเนี่ยนะคะตอนนี้กลายเป็นไวรัลดังไปทั่วเลยหลังจากนั้นก็เลยมีข่าววงในบอกมาว่า เจ้าชายคาวินค่ะถูกเรียกตัวกลับประเทศบูจาโดยด่วนแล้วก็มีประกาศจากสำนักราชวังประเทศบูจาด้วยนะคะว่าการกระทำดังกล่าวของเจ้าชายคาวินนั้นเป็นการกระทำโดยพละการทางประเทศบูจาไม่ขอเกี่ยวข้องกับความขัดแย้งภายในประเทศเอมมาลีค่ะ
คาวินน่าจะงานเข้า
เราในฐานะรักษาการแทนองค์เจ้ามหา
So
ชีวิต
Calvin's gone for the rest of
ข
the
อประกาศ
series.
ว่าเจ้าชายวสินทร์ได้สิ้นพระชนม์แล้วขอเชิญท่านยืนไว้อาลัยให้กับเจ้าชายวสินทร์ด้วย
That's nice for you guys to honor him, even though he tried to kill you.
I mean, I feel like he didn't try to kill them. He just tried to kill the king. Well, he might have tried to kill them too. Yeah, he had a vendetta. Never mind, I take it back.
เนื่องจากตอนนี้มีนานครินทร์ไร้ผู้สืบทอดอำนาจปกครองของหัวเมืองมีนานครินทร์จึงต้องกลับมาสู่ส่วนกลาง เราจะรักษาการควบที่มีนานครินทร์ไปก่อน
และการแข่งขันราชประเพณีจะเอาไงต่อ
เจ้าชายราชตักเรื่องนี้ไม่เหมาะจะคุยเวลานี้เท่าไหร่นะ
It's like my daughter's hurt and can't compete. Now's not the time to talk about this.
Well, my
also they're
son's
dead
ahead by
people.
one, so
ว่าการแข่งขันรอบแรกไม่โปร่งใส และผลการแข่งยิงธนูก็ถือเป็นโมฆะ
We can do archery again.
แล้วเราก็ยังไม่สามารถจัดแข่งยิงธนู
Okay.
What? Why?
เราจึงอยากมาปรึกษากับพวกท่าน
Why?
Why?
Why don't we just have a normal archery match that isn't in the haunted forest?
10 ring target.
เราอยากให้อาการขององค์เจ้ามหาชีวิตดีขึ้นก่อน
Well, hopefully Ava's ankle heals.
เราค่อย
That
มา
makes one of us.
การแข่งขันราชประเพณีกันอีกครั้ง
ขอพูดตรงๆเลยนะ เจ้าชายทาริน หากองค์เจ้ามหาชีวิตเป็นอะไรขึ้นมา การแข่งขันยังต้องดำเนินต่อไปไม่ใช่หรือ
เจ้าชายราชตัก
According to
ท่านพูดออกมาได้
who?
ยังไงเรื่องนี้
To what?
เป็นเช่นที่ท่านชายรัชตาพูด ตอนนี้เราได้ลองประเมินสถานการณ์ดูแล้ว เราก็ยังไม่สามารถรับรองความปลอดภัยของราชวงศ์ทุกพระองค์ได้ แต่ถ้าหากเกิดอะไรขึ้น จะไม่แย่ยิ่งกว่าเดิมหรือ
โถ่เว้ย ไอ้พวกอาสวะเทวาทิน มันไม่ต้องการให้ฉันได้บัลลังก์
Of course not.
ถึงได้ยกเลิกการแข่งขันให้เป็นโมฆะแบบนี้ทั้งที่แกกำลังจะชนะอยู่แล้ว
Also, that and you cheated.
อะไรของแกวะเนี่ย เฉยเหรอ กระหม่อมก็ไม่พอใจพะยะค่ะ นี่คือท่าไม่พอใจของแกเหรอ มัวแต่ง้ออยู่นั่น
I mean, some people
แกนี่มันไม่ได้เลือกเลย
aren't
นะ
outwardly expressive with their anger. Some people have good anger management.
หลีกไป หลีกไป
เจ้าชายลงโทษกระหม่อมแทนเถิดเพคะ
พูดอะไรของแกวะฮะ นี่แกคิดว่าแกเป็นใคร ฮะ
The person you'd normally beat on his
ขอ
behalf.
ประทานอภัยเพคะกระหม่อมมีบางควร
นี่บังควร นี่บังควรจะมายืนเกะกะ ไม่ต้องลุก คราวนี้ จะให้รามินสั่งสอนแก ว่าใครคือนายใครคือทาสกันแน่ รามิน เหยียบหน้ามัน
What?
เหยียบหน้ามัน
Wouldn't Winston have taken some people out on his
กระ
way?
หม่อมขอปฏิเสธ
I'm saying, like,
แกอยากให้ฉันโมโหมากกว่านี้ใช่ไหมฉันสั่งให้แกเหยียบหน้ามันเดี๋ยวนี้ เหยียบสิ
I have some expanded thoughts about this scene and Emil's father.
เหยียบ
Kick him in the balls.
เหยียบหน้ามาสิอย่างนั้นคราวนี้รู้แล้วใช่ไหมว่าใครคือนายใครคือทาส
ขี้ขาด
I have a whole analysis of this thing.
I got so many feelings. No, that's not the time for kisses, sir. No.
ที่ผ่านมากระหม่อมเจ็บกระหม่อมน้อยใจแต่เป็นเพราะว่ากระหม่อมรู้ว่ามีฝ่าบาทอยู่เพราะว่าฝ่าบาทจะปกป้องกระหม่อม
เราก็ปกป้องเธอมาเสมอไม่ใช่เหรอ ที่ผ่านมาก็ไม่มีใครกล้ามายุ่งกับเธอทั้งนั้น
แต่ไม่ใช่กับเจ้าชายราชตรัสไม่ใช่ไหมเพคะเราพยายามแล้วอย่าร้องไห้นะพี่นะกระหม่อมคงต้องขอปฏิเสธตอบสั่งนี้พี่ค่ะกระหม่อมทำไม่ได้เรื่องของฝ่าบาทกับกระหม่อมขอให้มันจบลงที่ตรงนี้เถิดพี่ค่ะ
เธอรู้ตัวหรือเปล่าว่าพูดอะไรออกมา
ถึงแม้ว่าเรื่องบนเตียงกระหม่อมจะยอมเป็นทาสรับใช้ฝ่าบาททุกประการ
ไม่ได้
แต่ในชีวิตจริงกระหม่อมมีศักดิ์ศรีของกระหม่อมและกระหม่อมต้องการได้รับเกียรติในฐานะคนรัก
เธอจะไปไหนไม่ได้
I have lots of feelings.
ขอบคุณที่ปกป้องนินนะครับ
To the mall. See, it wasn't when Shakri's
I told you. I told y'all.
I thought it was a woman's hand. For a second. I was like, what a pretty, elegant woman's hand. It's
I was like, he's at the farm. He's gone. He's gone. There are people who are already dead.
ขอบคุณนะครับ ที่ดูแลและปกป้องอาสวะเทวาทินงั้นเดี๋ยวนิมไปรอตรงนู้นนะดันรู้ว่าแม่ชอบดอกกุหลาบปกป้องดูแลรักษาและซื่อสัตย์ต่ออาสวะเทวาทินดันทำหน้าที่ในฐานะผู้นำตระกูลพระเทวาต่อจากแม่แล้วนะครับพี่รันคุยกับแม่เร็วจังจริงๆคุยนานกว่านี้ก็ได้นะยังรอได้ขอบคุณครับ
Yes.
Hello.
ขออภัยพะยะค่ะเจ้ามหาชีวิต
Is dead.
Oh, it's happy music. So he is dead. No, I'm kidding. No.
เนื่อง
Beautiful.
จากเจ้ามหาชีวิตทรงฟื้นแล้ว
Wow.
พระองค์จึงมีรับสั่งกับเราให้เราจึงเชิญทุกท่าน
I
มา
guess.
ทางทวิตเม
Hi,
ขอ
Ava.
แสดงความยินดีด้วยที่องค์เจ้ามหาชีวิตทรงฟื้นแล้ว
Kiss ass.
ขอแสดงความยินดีกับ
That looks nice. Put it back in the competition.
ขอให้พวกเราเข้าถึงเธอได้ไหม
I want her to all of a sudden break out with
เรา
that
ต้องขอขอบ
Catherine Zeta-Jones Mask of Zorro thing.
แต่พระอาการยังน่าเป็นห่วงยังคงไม่สะดวกให้เข้าเยี่ยมในตอนนี้
คิดว่าวันนี้จะได้มีโอกาสได้เข้าเยี่ยมองค์เจ้ามหาชีวิตซะแล้ว
Well,
ถ้า
it's
ไม่
not.
ให้เข้าเยี่ยมแล้วนัดประชุมราชวงศ์
I mean, like, this could have been an email. Why did you summon me?
พระองค์เจ้ามหาชีวิตทรงมีรับสั่งถึงการแข่งขันราชประเพณีพระองค์ทรงต้องการให้
What?
การแข่งขันดำเนินต่อไป
Of course he does.
Why?
Okay, have we talked about
That's a
in
nice
what
vest.
manner?
I've said this before. That's a nice vest. He always has nice
องค์เจ้า
vests.
มหาชีวิตเนี่ยทรงคิดว่าให้การแข่งขัน
Maybe that's why he wants to
ราชประเพณี
stay
เป็นไปอย่างดั้ง
Prince
เดิมน่าจะ
to
ดี
keep
ก
the
ว่า
nice clothes.
คือการแข่งขันฟันดาบรอบสุดท้าย
Of
แล้ว
course.
ตัดสินแพ้ชนะไปเลย
ขออนุญาตเจ้าชายทารินกระหม่อมมีเรื่องจะแจ้งให้ทราบ
เชิญเจ้าชายธนา
We
กระหม่อมได้ไตร่
withdraw.
ตรองมาดี
I
เพื่อความปลอดภัย
will.
ของทายาททางทวิตเมธาจะไม่เข้าร่วมการแข่งขันราชประเพณีต่อ
But why?
And that's why they injured her.
ทั้งนี้ก็ขึ้นอยู่กับท่านหญิงเอวา ลูกสาวที่เราภาคภูมิใจ
หลานทุ่มเทกับการฝึกมาตลอด สิทธิในการแข่งขันของทวิตเมธานเป็นสิทธิ์ของหลานตามทำนองครองธรรมอยู่แล้ว
หญิงจะพิสูจน์ตัวเองให้ท่านพ่อได้ดูฝีมือการยิงธนูของท่านหญิงยอดเยี่ยมมากเพคะ
หญิงตั้งใจฝึกเพราะหญิงไม่อยากแพ้ใครและอยากพิสูจน์ตัวเอง
ขอบพระทัยสำหรับวิสัยทัศน์ของท่านหญิงเอวาพะยะค่ะ
น้องหญิงเองก็เรียกร้องกฎหมายเพื่อความเท่าเทียม
Why are we doing this flashback to ending to her story?
She's like, I've done what I set out to do. I proved to my dad that I'm good enough, so I can be relegated to a background character now. Thank you.
Don't you want to make
จนก
actual
ระทั่ง
change?
เจอเหตุการณ์วุ่นวายในการแข่ง
การแข่งขันครั้งนี้มันไม่ใสสะอาดแล้วนะเอวา
I hate this.
น้องหญิงทำให้รู้ว่าการแข่งครั้งนี้ก็แค่เกมชิงอำนาจหญิงไม่จำเป็นจะต้องพิสูจน์อะไรเลยทวิตเมทาขอถอนตัวไปค่ะ
I guess.
ฉะนั้นเราขอสรุปว่าการแข่งขันฟันดาบจะเหลือเพียงแค่2 ตระกูลเท่านั้น คืออัศวะเทวาทินและผู้ชงพิสุทธิ์ราเมนคณินไม่มีอะไรขัดข้องใช่ไหม
เพื่อครับ
เสด็จพ่อ กระหม่อมขอแสดงความคิดเห็นได้ไหมพะยะค่ะ
I'm resigning too.
กระหม่อมคิดว่าสถานการณ์ในขณะนี้ยังไม่ค่อยเหมาะนักที่จะจัดแข่งราชประเพณีต่อ พวกเรารอให้พระอาการขององค์เจ้ามาชีวิตดีขึ้นก่อนดีกว่าไหมพะยะค่ะ
คงจะไม่ได้เพราะพระองค์เป็นคนรับสั่งด้วยพระองค์เองว่าให้การแข่งขันดำเนินต่อไปให้เร็วที่สุด
I mean, he's in the hospital. Who's going to tell him?
Just throw an old competition on the TV and tell him this was happening. It's fine.
He's all hopped up in goofballs. He doesn't even know he has all
เรื่อง
that.
ที่อยากจะแจ้งให้ทุกคนได้ทราบทางสำนักราชวังจะประกาศถึงเรื่องการสิ้นพระชนม์ของเจ้าชายวสินทร์จากอุบัติเหตุในระหว่างการเดินทางและหลังจากนั้นจะมีการส่งสารแสดงความเสียใจไปยังเหล่าญาติสายรองของมีนานครินทร์
การตัดสินใจอันนี้ดีที่สุดแล้วแต่เรื่องการปกครองหัวเมืองมีนานครินทร์จะทำยังไงในเมื่อเจ้าชายวสินทร์ไม่มีทายาท
ให้ทาง
Surprise.
มี
He
นาน
always
คริ
had
น
an
ทร์
heir.
แต่งตั้งผู้นำจากความเหมาะสม
Ava.
จะดีหรือ
Ava.
ไม่
Ava.
เห็นด้วยกระหม่อมสำนักพระราชวังต้องคัดเลือกผู้นำที่มีคุณสมบัติที่เหมาะสม
Give it to Ava.
ความคิดของรามินดี
Stepdad.
ผู้นำไม่ใช่ตระกูลมีนานครินทร์เนี่ยน่าคิดนะ
การที่เราปกปิดความจริงให้กับทางมีนานครินทร์ก็ถือว่าเป็นการให้เกียรติเพียงพอแล้ว
เช่นนั้นเราคิดว่าให้ทางสำนักราชวังคัดเลือกผู้นำของมีนานครินทร์ที่เหมาะสมมาแล้วเราค่อยหาเรื่องนี้กันอีกครั้ง
แล้วเหตุใดทำไมเราถึงไม่ให้ประชาชนมีนานครินทร์มีสิทธิ์เลือกผู้นำด้วยตัวเองหรือพะยะค่ะ
What? It's like, why can't the people vote for their own person? Like,
What?
get that American thought process out of here.
Right.
เป็นคำถาม
What?
ที่น่าสนใจจริง
What kind of French Revolution idea of justice and liberty is this?
พะยะค่ะ
Kids these days.
ๆขอบใจมากสำหรับคำถามที่ตรงไปตรงมาเช่นนี้แต่เขาต้องขอปฏิเสธส่วนเรื่องผู้นำของมีนานครินทร์เนี่ยก็ให้เป็นไปตามที่เราบอกไว้ก่อนหน้านี้พ่อคุยด้วยได้ไหม
เสด็จพ่อ ลูก
ลูกผิดหวังในตัวพ่อเหรอ
ลูกแค่นึกว่า ลูกเพียงเห็นว่าเรามีโอกาสที่จะเปลี่ยนแปลง
I thought you wouldn't be like Grandpa.
พ่อรู้นะว่าลูกอยากเปลี่ยนแปลงอยากให้เอมิลีมีประชาธิปไตยแต่มันมีอยู่คำตอบเดียวเท่านั้นลูกคือลูกต้องแข่งฟันดาบให้ชนะเท่านั้น
Really though, I don't trust you.
ถ้าเราชนะ
I don't know that
เสด็จพ่อจะเปลี่ยนแปลงการปกครองหรือไม่ค่ะ
พ่อจะทำให้ดีที่สุด
Oh, okay, well that's not a yes.
แล้วทำไมในที่ประชุมเมื่อกี้เสด็จพ่อต้องปฏิเสธลูก
Right why are you just
สิ่งที่ลูกอยากจะทำเนี่ยคือการบอกทุกคนในห้องนั้นยอมสละอำนาจที่ตนมี
okay yeah
มันไม่ใช่เรื่องง่ายที่ใครจะยอมแบบนั้นแล้วนะลูก
แล้วเสด็จพ่อยอม
ถ้าลูกชนะลูกก็คอยดูเอาเองในอนาคตก็แล้วกัน
That's a no.
He's a double crosser.
I told y'all from the beginning I didn't trust Bio Dad.
Like yeah, see what will happen.
พ่อมาบอกลูกได้ว่าพระองค์ขอโทษ
She gave it to Ava.
What is he sorry
Like father, like son.
ปิดข่าวเรื่องกบฏได้เรียบร้อยดีนะ
เนี่ยครับ
ขนาดพ่อบ้านคนสนิทก็ยังหักหลังได้
Yeah, that happens when you're an awful person.
ตัวที่เราไม่รู้ระแคะระคายอะไรเลย
Yes, that's your ego being destroyed.
ไม่รุนจากไปแล้วนะพะยะค่ะ
ก็ควรจะเป็นอย่างนั้น
I mean, you reap what you sow, though.
ลูกไปทำหมอดีกว่า
ไม่ต้องฉันขอโทษด้วยนะซาลินฉันเองก็เสียใจต่อการกระทำของฉันที่ทำกับเธอนะเอมิลี
I guess.
No? Do you?
เสด็จพ่อคือทำเพื่อตระกูลของเราและเอมิลีทั้งนั้น
No?
ถึงแม้ว่าข้ออ้างนี้จะทำให้เราดูดีนะแต่เราเองก็เป็นคนที่คิดเส้นทางเดินและบังคับให้เราทำ
Keneen, please don't win the competition. Actually, we may all don't want the competition.
เรานะ
Like if I were Kaneen at this point, literally, Wasin was trying to assassinate me. He's dead. Can I go back to England?
ถ้าที่ฉันไม่บอกเธอเรื่องคณินก็อาจจะทำให้เธอเสียใจมากเลยใช่ไหม
Wait, so are you apologizing for hiding Kanin and not everything else? What do you apologize? What is he apologizing for?
อาจจะไม่ได้ช่วยอะไรเลยก็ได้
ลูกเคยเสียใจในช่วงเวลาหนึ่งแต่ตอนนี้มันผ่านไปแล้วเรามาช่วยกันแก้ไขสิ่งที่ผิดพลาดไปด้วยกันดีกว่านะพะยะค่ะ
ถ้าฉันจะตายจากไปก่อนวันแข่งขันอะไรปิดข่าวไปก่อนนะ
Classic
รอ
Asian
ให้การ
grandparent.
แข่งขันฟันดาบมันจบเสร็จสิ้นไปสักก่อนแล้วค่อยประกาศ
ลูกจะทำอย่างนั้นได้อย่างไร
ในตลอดชีวิตที่เราเกิดมาก็เพื่อจะทำให้อสวเทวาทินรุ่งโรจน์และแม้วันที่เราจะตายจากไปก็จะไม่ขัดขวางความรุ่งโรจน์ของตระกูล
I have a lot of
คณิน
feelings.
จะต้องนำชัยชนะมาให้แน่ๆเราเชื่อเช่นนั้นขอโทษคณินแทนฉันด้วย
พ่อเสียใจมากที่เป็นต้นเหตุที่ทำให้ทุกอย่างกลายเป็นแบบนี้ ลูกช่วยแข่งฟันดาบเพื่ออสวเทวาทิน และเอาชัยชนะมาเพื่อเอมิลีลูกทำได้ไหม
I guess.
We're gonna have a double bad guy in this. No, I'm just kidding. The king and then the king's son. What? Why are you in bed with Rose? Though?
Okay, I'm not the only one. I was like, maybe some people just like having that many layers. I cannot.
Right? You're in bed. You have to take off the robe and get in bed. at least have pajamas on, but like,
yeah, it's like you don't got to be butt ass naked, but it's too much fabric for me personally.
But I don't know, robes just don't make sense in bed to me.
เป็นอะไรกังวลเรื่องพวกนี้เหรอ
นินอยากเปลี่ยนแปลงเอมิลี่อ่ะนินอยากช่วยแก้ปัญหาแต่ถ้าพวกนี้นินแพ้
ไม่ต้องคิดอะไรนินทำเต็มที่ก็พอมันกดดันความกดดันที่ไม่มากเกินไปมันเป็นแรงผลักดันที่ดีนะ
แต่นี่ว่ามันมากเกินอ่ะมีนอนไม่หลับเลย
ถ้านินนอนไม่หลับพี่จะไม่หลับเป็นเพื่อน
break Ramil's arm instead, or maybe that might help.
That would really help me sleep.
หนักเลยนะไหวไหม
Are we still training?
How many days away is the competition, or is it this like this evening? Because I'm kind of late to train about this new thing.
Like, better late than never, I guess.
Shouldn't Shakari rest a few more days? I mean,
Ready. Alex.
Okay, so we're doing the Goku training with like weights on, and then we take them off.
Maybe we should have been training like this the whole time.
Ready. Alex.
Shakri, calm down. You got stitches. No. Baby. It's the only person I care about here.
ถ้าถึงกับชนะชลันได้เนี่ยก็หมดห่วงแล้วล่ะ
งั้นนินขอแข่งกับพ่อต่อเลยนะไปเปลี่ยนชุดมาแข่งกับนินนะพ่อนะ
how are you fencing with your hair in your eye? How do you see?
You want to fence me? Son.
This is great, but I thought you had the finals today. You're wearing yourself out. And you didn't sleep last night.
Ooh, he's like, well, I taught you everything you know. I didn't teach you everything I know. That's why I was looking after you for the last 20 odd years because.
Aw, that's cute.
So you're a cheater just like the rest of this royal family, I see.
กี่ปีก็มุกเดิมนะเราอะ
Is Topher not gonna die? Is this preluding?
No, we're enough death.
Nobody's died except the bad guys.
Listen, enough death. I don't know about that. But...
Oh, hey, Ramil. Oh, he's got the weights too.
Yeah, weights.
Is Canute that tall?
ชนะไอ้คณินได้ลุกขึ้น
He got weights.
Maybe the competition is not today.
Then why are we nervous about? How are we nervous about tomorrow?
It's like I can't see doing this intense weighted training right before the competition being beneficial.
ลุกขึ้นมาคำนึง
You need sleep like 2 or 3 days to recuperate your muscles.
Yes.
ลุกขึ้นมา
The thing is, his dad didn't win the fencing competition either, so like, are you sure this is the best way to train?
พักสักหน่อยไหมพะยะค่ะ
เพทายอยู่หรือเปล่า คุณเพทายไม่ได้มาที่นี่เลย
Oh boy, I would say I'm. So we through.
If that was always an option, I would have left years ago, personally. I don't care if the dick is good or not.
But that's not fencing. So is it the day after or is it the same day?
ดูแลเรานี่หายดีแล้วใช่ไหม
Next week, we don't really. It isn't there another time.
Don't matter.
ที่พระองค์มาเยี่ยมแล้วเพ
It's not now.
Do this for democracy. Where?
You ain't gonna do it for no democracy. Standing up from the next Prince, season 2. They could be overthrown.
หายใจด้วยครับ
Oh wait, is the finale the fencing competition? Is that it? Is that all?
นินต้องหายใจ หายใจเข้า หายใจออก ดีขึ้นไหม โซนะครับนี่ทำได้
การแข่งขันราชประเพณีฟันดาบระหว่างท่านชายรามินผู้ชงพิสุทธิ์และท่านชายคณินอัศวะเทวาทิน กระหม่อมขอเรียนเชิญท่านชายคณินและท่านชายรามินประจำที่พะยะค่ะนี่คือการแข่งขันที่ยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดในรอบหลายทศวรรษ
Hey, but you could have been there, you know.
นี่คือการแข่งขันระหว่างราชสกุลผู้ชงพิสุทธิ์และราชสกุลอัศวะเทวาทิน
On guard. Pray.
Oh, actually gonna do the match now? Oh no, it's almost over.
No.
Okay. The stakes seem so chill for democracy. It's just like, duh.
Because democracy's not coming either way.
It's not.
We don't trust Daddy?
No.
No, he's.
Fair enough.
Like, he may not be a bad guy, but I don't trust that he's trying to bring about any democracy changes.
ขอแสดงความยินดีกับ
Oh, he's still alive.
ยิงยังคงยืนยันคำเดิมเหมือนตอนแรกที่ตอบพี่ดันว่านี่เป็นคนธรรมดาถ้ามีเวลาว่างก็ต้องโทรหานินด้วย
He's going back to the UK.
โทรมาบ่อยๆเลยนะ
ลาก่อนนะชาคลีจะไปลอนดอน
Oh!
นี่ถึงเวลาสมควรนะ
He's gonna live in a farm in London. No, just kidding.
Good for you, Shakri.
Good for
There
you,
are no
Shakri.
farms in London. There are just lots of parks. Good. He's going to be a product pitchman in his next life on QVC or something like that, selling all these nice products.
So we get the women for one episode. We get the moms. Okay, cool.
That's their call to feminism. They're just like, women, we have them. They're there. One's in a position of power, being like a guard, and the other one's a mother saving, and they're both dead.
Bye.
Right. Powerful women, let's kill them off.
Well, if we have powerful women, they might overthrow the government, and then it won't be good. Shake up the status quo. We can't have that.
That was episode 13 of The Next Prince. It went certainly an interesting direction. I think this, to summarize, like, it's doing what I thought they were originally going to do, which is kind of have a veneer of progression or a veneer of tackling social issues, but then not really committing to them. And it feels very like, what's the term? Greenwashing, or I don't know. But there's several like things in this episode where I'm like, okay, it's not really doing as much as we hoped it would be doing, namely Ava's situation, and then also this weird redemption they tried to give the king. Like, I don't know if they tried to give the king redemption, but that's what it was giving with the music and the, oh, I'm so sorry for everything that happened. Calvin, I think, has some sort of effects on something. I don't know. He's representing something.
Oh god! You killed DC. You can't kill
Sorry,
DC.
I'm really better at like playing stone face about what Ezra thought. Okay, all right.
So we're still trying to figure out Calvin's purpose, and maybe he's out of the protest plotline. Maybe his presence there might do something, and it probably might not, but he's gone back to his home country. Obviously, I don't think they're going to leave it hanging in the air for the last episode for Jay and him. There might be some sort of resolution, but obviously it might not. There's some cynicism there. Ava, I hate that they made the decision on her as if this was her moment and her empowerment moment. And, you know, she's kind of like, I proved myself, I'm good. And I think, DC, you were talking about first wave feminism, and then, you know, it's not good practice for her to kind of get her own and then not change the system to pave the way for other women, or at least I don't understand her storyline being, I'm okay with the status quo. I don't want to play these power games. I don't want to represent or do anything to help other women. I just wanted to prove myself, and it felt a bit like cheap that was a conclusion to her storyline. It was very minor girl power. Then we're moving on. We got Ramil's continuation of his storyline where he can't stand up to Dad. Dad obviously wants power, and it's affecting everything, and we don't think Kanin's dad is going to be able to create change even if Kanin wins. And then the king is just like, I'm sorry for everything that I did. I just wanted to help the family, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if that's it for the king in terms of retribution. Like, maybe culturally the lung cancer diagnosis is enough. Maybe his death is enough. But to me, there's not a sense of justice in an apology to a private family member. They've tried to respectfully frame the respectful cover-up on Rasin, being like, hey, let's not let everybody know that he was trying to usurp everything and assassinate us. And maybe that was some type of redemption, but the show isn't centering the countless victims of the mine's pollution, the continual pollution. We're still polluting. And I don't know if they're going to push that further, but I hope that this isn't seen as enough for the audience. That, oh, I just did this for the clan. I killed people for the clan. I knowingly let people die for the clan. It's very confusing, the kind of messages they're sending this episode. And it makes me feel like they're not really committed to the themes that they were trying to portray, and instead they're using them just to seem like they're at least talking about stuff.
My diehard Next Prince fans, My diehard Xenonu fans, the fans that just cannot handle any sort of critique about a show happening without jumping off the deep end and just hating everything that person has to say. Just skip forward, because I'm about to say some things you're not going to like. Just skip forward.
I feel like because I'm not going to say anything good either.
Thanks for joining us.
See you guys in the... I feel like this episode is kind of a return to form of things I was seeing really from the beginning of the series, but throughout early parts of the series, where I would call out this, that, the other, and people would yell at me and get mad at me and this, that, the other. And anytime you find some sort of like plot hole or issue with the writing, the diehard fans will do all these mental gymnastics to fill in this, that, the other. I'm like, but I feel like my overall issue with a majority of the show is I feel like the writing is doing a disservice to the potential that the series has. And I don't know if that's how it is in the actual source material and novel itself, or if that was translating the novel into a script. Somewhere along the way, the series has so much potential. There is so much world building, so much storytelling, so many great characters. There's so much potential for so much greatness, and there's so much budget being put in that there's really no reason for the potential not to be fulfilled. But there are so many instances where the writing is just doing a disservice to that potential. So like in this episode, I was seeing a lot of that. Ava's storyline, like Edison already said, it's disappointing, to say the least, because this entire time we've been screaming from the rooftops whenever we did get to feature her, because there was a good period there where she just was a passing mention. So when we started featuring her more and more and more, her entire character, her motivation is feminism. I'm tired of the way women are treated in this country. I want to see change. I want to see women being treated as equals. This, that, the other. That is her character. And now, in the final moments, like I can understand things in this competition got a little crazy last episode. There were assassination attempts, and when your life is actually put in danger, sometimes that gives you a different perspective. Sometimes maybe you don't want to dive. Not everybody has the courage to stand up for what is right in the face of the danger that comes with standing up against what is already in power. Sometimes we know what the right thing is to do, but when we're actually faced with what it takes to conquer that right thing, sometimes it's a little too daunting a task for us, and we back off. I get it. But it felt like such a disservice to her character to injure her last episode for no reason. And now she's like, I've proven everything I need to prove. I don't want to get stuck up in these power games or anything like that. I've proven what I need to prove, and I'm good. And it's like, your character's done nothing. At this point, character has done nothing. Like, we gave these great speeches, during the beauty pageant part 2 episodes ago about wanting to incite this change. And now all of a sudden it's, meh, I'm good. But, thanks for having me. I'm like, what was the point of having her? What was the point? Nothing. Just like with Calvin. What is the point of him being here? There's nothing. They mentioned him this episode, and they showed him being part of these protests, which again, every time they show him and say he was part of these protests, he looks like he's being held hostage. Nothing about him at those protests looked like someone who is actively protesting. Yes, I want change. He looks like the most miserable person in the world every time they show a close up. So I'm like, why is he here? His character may be serving some purpose, but the writing is not showing me, right? It's not giving me the purpose that he's serving. Same thing with the king, where it's like, for me, like at least one thing I appreciated they did with Ramil's dad is like I've said it from the beginning, he's been a cartoonish mustache twirling bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy this entire series. There's nothing interesting about his character. He is a bad guy through and through, and that is what he is. The king has also been on that path, and then now it's like, actually, I'm sorry for everything. And again, I understand that sometimes a near-death experience or a death experience can give you a different outlook on life. And sometimes it makes you ponder on decisions you've made, things you've done to other people, and, you know, things you could take back or things you could change if you had the power. Like, I understand that can be the case. And sometimes people do start to feel very regretful of things they've done and want to make amends before they go off into the pearly gates or, you know, the fiery pits, wherever they can. I get that. But the king, up until this episode, has not been that person. So it felt to penultimate episode, let's wrap up this storyline. Bow, magic. All right, king, sorry about everything. And I'm like, I don't feel bad for the king. I've made no qualms or secrets about that. I don't feel bad for the king. When he got shot last episode, I'm like, finish the job. Like, why are you sitting here monologuing? Finish the job. The writing for that also felt off. It felt off for everything that they, up to this point, have led us to believe about the king. I also have reservations about the whole Wasin ordered the hit on Kanin's mom thing. Something about that's just not sitting right with me. But maybe that actually is what it is. Maybe that's what the writers want me to believe. And in that case, that's sure, fine, whatever. But something about it just doesn't sit right with me. It feels odd that he was so full of anger and resentment that he would hire this hit on the princess 20 years ago and then just sit and do nothing for 20 years until this competition right now. He would just sit here and plot and plan, but he was so impulsive that he wanted to kill the princess. Like it just feels out of place. Like if he was this cold, calculating, sit and wait until the right moment kind of guy they were depicting him last episode, this sort of rash, I need to kill her for some reason. I need to kill her right now feels, the two characters just don't line up for me. So like, I don't believe that he is the person who put that hit out on the princess, but if the story is saying that he is, and that is actually where they're taking it, fine, sure, he did that. Again, the writing is not doing the story the justice that it needs to. Ramil and his dad. I mean, I'm glad Peitai finally, like, I'm sorry that he had to reach his breaking point, but I'm glad he finally reached a breaking point. It was like, fuck this shit. For the longest time, I just didn't think that was an option. I thought it was like whatever the dynamic was between him and the royal family. I thought it, because like, I remember earlier in the series where I was like, I don't know if he is a servant to the family or if it is just, you know, like I wasn't sure what the dynamic was, but the longer that he stayed there, the more I was like, I guess he just can't leave. I guess he can't just leave this royal family. So now that he's like, I've had enough, and he's like, peace out. I'm like, oh, this was always an option, which I would have left a long time ago. So I'm sorry that he had to reach this point, but I'm glad that he reached that point. It's like, I'm going to put myself first for this because I thought in all of this time you would be here to protect me, but I can see that that's not the case. When it comes to your father, you're a spineless little bitch. And I understand. I kind of understand Ramil, because Ramil has been brought up in a very abusive household, and he's been brought up to fear his father. He's been brought up to see his father as the authority and to fear him. So when his father is pushing him like this, like, hey, you step on him, you do this, that, the other. There are some instances throughout the series where he's had that sort of courage to kind of stand up to his father, but he's not there. He's not there yet. He's not reached that point yet where he can fully stand on his feet and like defy his father every single time. So he's still kind of falling back into that almost trauma-induced, okay, my father is yelling at me, I have to do what my father tells me to do, and that, the other. There's also part of it where I kind of was like thinking maybe he was going along with the, okay, I'll put my foot on his head. He wasn't putting any pressure on his head. It's like, I'll put my foot on his head to satisfy my father so that my father doesn't beat him anymore. That's one place where my head went, where it's like, okay, maybe he's doing this out of some way to try and spare Peitai getting even worse punishment or even worse beatings. Like, if I go along with this, then daddy won't get out the whips and this, that, the other. So it's a quick little 5-second step where, I'm sparing you this, that, the other. It's not great. It's not great. Daddy, Ramil's daddy, I really needed Wasin to take him out too. Like, I really needed Wasin to have
a bit of better planning.
Yes. Like, all of this, I'm gonna do all this whatnot, and I'm gonna take out the heirs. I'm like, forget the heirs. Take out the princes. Take out the people who are going to inherit the throne. Take them out. They are the people out here who fucked you over. They're the people out here who are doing wrong. Take them out. Like, kill Rashad. Like, kill him.
Did you think anything of the mom's loyalty and then Sharan's loyalty? Because I didn't like that. Like, I was kind of like, you don't have to like justify the death and justify your service and be like, we're loyal to the clan, and I don't know.
I mean, I get it. It couldn't be me, but I understand that sort of like super dedicated loyalty of, a soldier or it's a member of that royal guard or whatnot, where it's like, I'm putting my life on the line every single day to protect this and the royal family. And yes, I'm loyal, and just like, I understand that idea. Couldn't be me, but I understand the idea. The flashback with the mothers, it could have been an email. Because like, at first when they were showing me this flashback, I thought, A, we were going to spend a little bit more time in the flashback as part of the episode. But B, I thought it was going to like bring about some like real, I don't know, bomb drop revelation. Like, oh my God, this is what happened. Because like, again, I've not trusted the king for the longest time. So I thought it was going to go the way that whole last conversation was going on between Sharan's mom and the king, where, like I even mentioned, it felt very much like she knew she was going to die. When she was saying goodbye to Sharan, however many episodes ago, I said it then. It felt like she knew that she was not coming back. So like, I felt like there was going to be something interesting that came about as a result of that conversation, or we were going to see that the king had his hand in this, that, the other, especially since, last episode, they're like, yeah, the king killed your mom. Like, I thought something was going to happen and nothing really happened. Like, a car ran them off the road, which we already knew. And then Tapten I, found Sharan, was like, or found Kanin. It's like, okay, cool. Could have told me that in a passing mention. Like, nothing that really happened in the flashback really changed anything or really served any narrative purpose. We could have just not had them. Not have the mothers in the series.
But it was there because we had to focus on Kanin and Sharan's relationship. Like, that was to serve how Sharan doesn't hold it against Kanin that my mom died because she had to protect you and your mom.
I guess, again, they could have just said it. It could have been a 45-second conversation. This is the story, but whatever. Overall, like I said, last episode was probably the apex of the series for me. Last episode was a really great episode. And this feels kind of a return to form where it's like the writing just isn't doing the justice that I would like it to do. And I know there are a lot of people who are going to be like, oh, but there's so much in the novel. There's so much this, that, the other. And, they just didn't have enough time to they couldn't put everything in. They couldn't put all the stuff in it. In which case I'm like, before you even say that, they had plenty. 14 episodes is more than enough time. If the writers couldn't put everything in, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. Like, your job as a script writer, if you're basing it off a novel or an existing property, is to take all the important parts of that property and translate it into such a way that the viewer who has not read the source material does not feel like something is missing. That's your job. That's not my job. So if there is so much information in the source material, it's the writer's job to take that source material and translate it effectively for the screen.
If everyone's back from skipped over Topher, you can skip over me if you aren't looking for intellectual discourse in sexual form. So you go to sleep. Just skip to the end where Edison says whatever he says. And he's like, oh, bye. But first of all, I wanted to clarify that Ava in her representation was not first wave feminism. What I meant by first wave feminism is that if she gets to a position of power, then she doesn't make a change. But she didn't even reach the position of power. She didn't even do any of that. So she was not even a representation of first wave feminism, which I was talking about. But even if that, some of the presuppositions for that is that she actually has to some sort of deep representation, like intricate representation. However, she was just a shallow representation because she was like, we have women, she did stuff, all right, now she's gone, she's not a factor. So that is like the difference in writing. And that was, I think that's on the writing level about having characters and just like actual representation and deep representation in which actually your characters, your gender diverse, your sexually diverse characters actually have agency. And there she didn't have agency. And trying to fake that she had agency of like, oh, I'm choosing not to have do anything. It's not really, it's just her playing along with what's going along. From everything and with all the little crumbs that they were giving her, the character of Ava, it was out of character for her. It was really out of character for her. And I really didn't like when they were showing these flashbacks. I'm like, oh, this is the end for her. This is the end. Like that part, like she fell down, a flashback of when she fell down and got hurt. Like that is a part of it. Like, no. So yeah, not happy with that. Then I was remembering, especially during a lot of these professors and stuff like I have had, they sometimes like to take media and use media to show and present a point. And if I was doing a gender studies class, I would like put in Ramil's father and also Petai, because as a symbolism or an example of how people are taught to be masculine, how people are taught to be male, gender male, because that is what happens. Ramil's dad as like toxic masculinity. In order for you to be taught to be a man, you have to beat out all of the like nice, and it's like at that point in the scene, he started crying. And when a father sees his boy and he's trying to teach him to be a man crying, he's like, no, I'm gonna teach you to be a man. Don't cry, be masculine and be tough and it's like you're traumatized into being a male and all of that kind of stuff. And what Petai is the representation of the softer side, I don't want to say feminine side, but the non-masculine side of Ramil. And that's why the father was always attacking that side, because he had to attack Petai in order for Ramil to be a man and to be like savage. And it's like parents, especially for boys, they have to teach them to be a man, they have to break the boys. You have broken boys to become broken men. And that is where Ramil's father was. And that's where all the toxic masculinity is. And so just seeing that relation between them and just seeing the construction and understanding it more as a construction, a young boy being taught to be a man is a great representation of that. As far as, I don't trust Biodad, I really don't. I think he's more of a representation of being a part of the status quo, but like being one of those like the nice status quo. Oh, this is it's not that bad, but it's still the status quo. It's still the status quo of marginalization of all of that kind of stuff. Besides, if you look at the news and everything that the royalty is pushing out, it's all cover up. It's all cover up, and Prince Wasim had gone off and he went riding and all this other kind of stuff. So it could be that nothing's going to change. The moms, I dislike that you had Charan's mom, both of their moms come up, and especially there's Charan's mom who is the head guard and protecting her, and you had this, once again, you had this badass woman there on the screen, gone. Like she's just gone. And it's just like, okay. And you know, in a position of power too, protecting the queen and stuff like that. I'm like Topher, I just didn't buy that Prince Wasim, like, because I think he was set on killing the granddad. He was set on killing the granddad. Not less he like killed them and they're like, wait a minute, let me take 20 years to write a good monologue when I'm going to kill the grandfather because I have to have something to say because I won't be able to do the monologue. Like I said before, I think the last episode for me was the best episode. It's just gone back to what it is. I really think that nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. And even through the preview, we have like Kevin or Prince Kevin or whatever his name is going back to London. Shakri's alive. That is the best thing so far. Shakri is alive. This will be a happy ending for me. Shakri going off and living his best life. Like he's going to London. Y'all need to find him a boyfriend. I don't even care if you shoo him in like you do Drake. It's just like whatever. Just like he like has a sliding doors moment with somebody on the London tube.
Make Drake his boyfriend.
It's just all of a sudden like Drake's there, Shakri's there. It's like, okay, you know, and I don't need a whole bunch of things. It's just like just a look. Just a look. Something like. We'll just see how it's going to end next week.
Anything on the king apologizing for everything that he's done?
That apology reminds me of people who apologize like, well, I'm sorry it hurt you. It's most surface level, like it's not even apologizing for an actual thing that happened. You know what? It worked for somebody out there in the audience. It was good for somebody out there in the audience. Couldn't be me apologizing to me because I'd be like, which one of these is the plus?
I feel like in real life, an apology is not enough. He should be able to do something more to right his wrongs, right? And so if the writers do make him go down some sort of redemption path, is there something that he could do?
What path can he walk down? He's in bed.
If he's going to be wheelchair down a redemption round.
The dude is on it. He's finally, or he's been on his last leg. There is nothing that, and he even said that, I'm sorry, but he's even said, don't tell anyone I'm died before. It's like, I thought he was like, he got one foot in the grave, one on a banana peel. Like, like I don't really, unless he says, and this is the way that it can really, this would be the gag of the century. He dies before the competition. And then when Biodad gets it, he says, well, the king, okay, we won. The king's last order before he died was to absolve the whole royal stuff. That would be the gag of the century. That would be a great grand and groovy, and that would be a great way for him to redeem himself. I would be grouped.
The last thing I think we need to see is if the protests go anywhere, because that's Jay's storyline.
Like I said last episode, when Blueprints was out here just like killing everybody and monologuing, I wish he had a GoPro or something there to just like show the entire kingdom in real time. This is what's happening. These are the speeches I'm giving. This is why I went on the blah, blah, blah. Because like I said, once he dies, you are subject to whatever tale they want to tell. So yes, they're telling a tale that he went off on a trip somewhere and his carriage got kidnapped by ninjas or, you know, whatever story they're telling. So, you know, they're not making him out to be the villain, but still they're also burying all of his motivations. They're burying all of this, the stuff about the all the social upheaval, all of, his hand in the protests and this, that, the other, like all of that is now where it's like, I would love the populace to know, like, hey, this is what happened. Because all the news reported was there were bombs and there were people who snuck in, and that's it. That's all they know. That's all they know. And even when Kanin's like, shouldn't the people have a right to decide who leads them? And Dad's like, no. It's like they're doing everything they can to not give the people power, which I get. They're in power, and like Daddy said, you're asking everybody to give up their power. They don't want to do that. They're out here fighting for power. That's why you're in this competition, because bitches want power.
But it'd be another gag is if like Shakri was like, y'all, fuck y'all. And he had like a little camera, recorded everything. And
like, on my way out, since I'm moving to London.
Right, on my way out.
Published on YouTube. Bye.
And then they all in London enjoying themselves.
Yes. That's the thing. It's hard for me to really want to like these characters because they've witnessed and learned of all these things that the king's done. And, they've understand Wasin's motivations, those who were there at that scene last episode. And so that really hasn't affected any of their behaviors or their loyalty to the king. Everyone's still like, oh, we still wish the king well and we're still concerned about his recovery, but no characters have gone, maybe Wasin did have a point, like maybe his methods were wrong, but still the king did nothing to help his Wasin's wife or the people. It's kind of like everyone's kind of happy with the status quo by just letting things be. So I kind of wish that there was more moral clarity with the characters that were meant to like Shakri.
We're in the hospital fighting for his life. Leave him.
He's like one day in the hospital with the bullets out. I'm good. So.
That more than one day. That's Shakri. Shakri's doing enough. He's product placement.
Dedicated to his job.
Right.
He is the ideal employee. You are on your deathbed and your boss is like, so are you coming in or not?
Right?
Yeah, I'll be 5 minutes late.
You know I'm gonna have to dock you 5 minutes, babe.
That's all for the Next Prince episode 13. Next episode is the last episode, the finale. We'll see if they wrap up everything.
Nope, season 2.
No, let's not hope for a season 2.
And where's Candyman? We don't say that around these parts.
Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye. Let us know your comments.